The 64th opening night in Warrior franchise history. A new logo. Sam Rockets fans crowding into the Oracle to watch 9 new Warriors out of the 15 that will take the floor tonight. They'll get up and down. They'll deal with a tough opponent, the lid lifter. It's the Golden State Warriors taking on the Houston Rockets. Hello, everybody. Bob Fitzgerald alongside Jim Barnett, and it's always special on opening night. There's a buzz in the area. There's a buzz in the Bay Area sports-wise. I'm anxious to watch this team.
Well, a lot of nerves, a lot of new players, but it is opening night. You start with a clean slate.
Now, the Warriors can get up and down. They can score, but rebounding the ball has been a problem. They have 2 big guys to address that. If David Lee and Anders Biedrins even approximate these numbers, the Warriors will be in decent shape.
They'll be a much better rebounding team. Those are tremendous numbers. You'd only hope they could combine for something near that. But make no mistake about it, the pulse of this team lies in the backcourt with Stephen Curry and Monta Ellis. They are the game changers. They are the game deciders, usually in the 4th quarter.
And you look at the backcourt tonight, when you're talking about Aaron Brooks and Kevin Martin going against Steph Curry and Monta Ellis, that's where the matchup of the game will be won.
A lot of speed in the backcourt, a lot of scoring from those 2 players, so the Warriors have to get back on defense, but they can also push the ball and run to the rim against this club.
Well, Steph Curry had an ankle injury. He is going to go tonight. He is in uniform. It will be fun to watch the pint-sized backcourt. Can they combine for that explosive style? We're going to watch it all season long right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Jamie Steiner will join us as the Rockets take on the Warriors. And there's always that buzz, that energy, but for 9 new players, you're talking a new direction up top in ownership and leadership. Keith Smart on the sidelines, new assistant coaches. Jim, there's a lot to talk about all season. There's a lot to get energized about and take a look at with this team.
There are a lot of new faces, as you mentioned. There's a great opportunity for someone who has not made a name for himself in the NBA to come forward off the bench and make a huge contribution, not only to the team, but for his own career.
Franco Finn has the team, the opening lineups, and welcome to opening night inside Oracle.
Head coach Keith Smart and assistant coaches Jerry Seasting, Stephen Silas, Calvert Cheney, Rob Werdan, and Mark Price. And now introducing your 2010-2011 Golden State Warriors. In his 5th NBA season from Nevada, Las Vegas, number 19, Lou Amundsen. In his first year out of Harvard University, number 7, Jeremy Lin. In his first season from Baylor, number 20, Efe Playing in his first NBA season from Connecticut, number 4, Jeff Adrian. In his 7th year out of Michigan State, number 34, Charlie Bell. Playing in his 5th season from Memphis, number 25, Rodney Carney. In his 9th NBA season out of UCLA, number 50, Dan Gadzuric. Playing in his 10th season from Serbia, number 77, Vladimir Radmanovic. Playing in his 2nd NBA season out of Virginia Military Institute, number 55, Reggie Williams. In his 3rd year from North Carolina, number 32, Brandon Wright. season, from Latvia, number 15, Andres Vilas. In his second NBA season, out of Davidson, number 30, Stephen Curry. And now playing in his sixth NBA season, from Lanier High, number 8, Monte Ellis. Give it up for your 2010-2011 Golden State Warriors.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Steph Curry is going to address the crowd. Players coming in from all parts of Oracle Arena. And here's one of the new captains.
My coaching staff, my teammates, and the whole Warriors organization. I want to thank everybody for coming out to open the night, start a brand new season. We're going to work hard for you. We're going to keep getting better. So keep bringing your energy every night, and we'll play hard for you, all right?
Well, Steph Curry rolled that ankle on Thursday against the Lakers in the second and final preseason game. He got that thing taped pretty tight, Jimmy, and he's going to play. So the Warriors are going to need him, and against a guy like Aaron Brooks, he's going to be tested laterally because you look at the Houston Rockets starting lineup. This is a deep team. Rick Alleman comes in with 902 wins in his career. And when you roll out Aaron Brooks and Kevin Martin, who combined for 50 last night, Shane Battier, Luis Scola, and Chuck Hayes are giving Yao Ming the back-to-back nights off. This is a formidable Rocket team.
You've got three terrific scorers, particularly in the backcourt, starting with Aaron Brooks and Kevin Martin, because they're potential 20-plus points a night. Luis Scola, very clever, and he can score as well, and they're their best rebounder.
Steph Curry, Monte Ellis, Darrell Wright, one of the nice signings in the offseason. David Lee, best and biggest Warrior acquisition at the power forward spot, the all-star from the Knickerbockers. And then Andres Biedrins, great to see him healthy and in uniform again.
I thought he got stronger as the preseason went on. And you talk about David Lee, as Stephen Curry said, we'll work hard for you. Nobody outworks David Lee. He hustles and works all the time, and he's a natural scorer.
David Lee, one of only 3 players in the league to average 20 and 10 a year ago. He was second in defensive rebounds to a guy named Dwight Howard. And you can't really fake it on defensive rebounds, Jim. That's hard work. That's wanting the ball. That's fighting for possession of the basketball. And the Warriors, quite simply, were the poorest rebounding team in the NBA a year ago.
That has been a deficiency for years, and we're hoping that David Lee can fill that gap a little bit and that void. One thing about David Lee at the offensive end, too, he smells the ball. There are some players that just have that innate talent to find the ball. It seems like the ball finds them. He's one of them.
Not bad on the pick and roll, which I think will be featured with Steph Curry and Monte Ellis. Monte's birthday was yesterday. He's all of 25 years of age. He and Biedrins, the 2 longest tenured Warriors. Andres is still 24, but to follow up on a 25-point-per-game season where he played all those complete games, with the Warriors' depth issues in the backcourt, they're going to need him for heavy minutes all year long.
They're going to have heavy minutes between Monte Ellis and Stephen Curry. Jerry Millen, backup rookie point guard, is on the inactive list tonight. So you may see Charlie Bell there. You'll see Reggie Williams as well. When Curry comes out of the game, if Monte stays in, he is your backup point, if you will.
Mark Ayotte going to throw it up. Greg Willard is the crew chief along with Pat Frere. They'll blow the whistles tonight. And the Warriors in their home white.
How long has it been since Andres Biedrins started the game and did not jump the center jump?
Adrian John Scola. Just wheeling with the left hand, bringing that out. Rockets lost last night 112 to 110 to the Lakers. Controlled that game for about 3.5 quarters until Shannon Brown and Steve Blake hit threes late. But this is a tremendous defensive team, an incredibly deep team.
Yao Ming fouled out last night. That was a factor. That's It's a little beyond his range.
Scola missing the 2. Luis Scola had 16 and 16 last night.
Yeah, make it 18 and 16.
That's right. Very, very end. Well, Wright doesn't settle for the 3, setting up David Lee. He worked on that wing jumper a year ago and added to it. That's how he scored the 21. Not only inside, but a nice mid-range jumper.
He's got a nice jumper, particularly around the free throw line extended. That's not as Battier goes inside and gets a foul on Andres Pedrins. Going back to David Lee. Did not shoot the ball that well from the perimeter in the preseason. Looking for him to do better. They go to work on Steph Curry early. Just posting up Battier, and Andres had to give help.
Yeah, they caught Steph in a switch there. Shane Battier, forget looking at any numbers. Just know he's, if not the smartest player in the league, definitely one of the toughest, great defender, his plus-minus, exemplary every year.
Great three-point shooter.
And Monte Ellis stopping in the jumper. Battier is guarding Monte, and so they're trying to shut down the Warriors' main gun.
He should be able to go around it.
And Martin with the floater. Darrell Wright, watch him handle. Monte Battier jumps underneath him and draws a blocking foul. That's a dangerous play and well called by Greg Willard. You see this all the time with guys trying to cut underneath someone who's elevated.
Try to get the charge. I love the way Darrell Wright gave the ball up early. No way was Shane Battier set. And Monte, no dribble at all. You see the defenders moving all the time. Monte's trying to avoid calls because you never know which way that whistle's going to blow. Otherwise, he probably would have made that basket.
Monte Ellis, it's been talked about, was married this offseason. Has Monte Jr. said, it's the family part of my life. This team is my family. I also, in talking to him, I like where he said the Warrior fans and the Bay Area have given so much to this team. It's time for us to give back to them.
Well,
I thought that was incredible.
He said he's a changed man. He's got a whole new attitude. He says he's the big brother to Steph Curry right now. There's the quickness of Aaron Brooks. And the cleverness inside of Luis Scola.
Scola averaged 27 points per game in the World Championships playing for Argentina. Only a guy named Kevin Durant scored more.
Last year he was 16 and 9 as Beavers gets going early. They went to him the first possession. Andres, if he gets going early, gets that confidence, plays much better offensively. That's where Battier's dangerous from the corner.
Battier driving and able to get by Darrell Wright. Wright has Battier, but then Battier has Monte on the other end. Steph Curry jumper. Keep an eye on Curry's right ankle. That's the one that he rolled pretty significantly on Thursday, and to see how it affects him, or if it does at all. Aaron Brooks.
This is what Houston does all the time, particularly when Brad Miller comes in the game. They have a high post and they make back cuts.
Monte again. Aaron Brooks right back. Warriors able to knock it away. Martin is back along with Chuck Hayes. Monte takes him right to the iron and lays it in.
I said before the game, attack the rim. We talked about that in the open. The guards will run at you with Brooks and Martin, but you can run and finish in the rim.
Scola's got that sweet mid-range, but missing there. David Lee inhales that rebound.
He can handle.
Curry little teardrop. And Scola with a nice box out. Bring up a good point, Jim. Chuck Hayes is only 6'6". Now, he's been the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. He's a great defender, but he's not going to elevate as Kevin Martin waltzes to the iron.
You know, one of the things on Keith Smart's board tonight was stay with your man. The Warriors right now are turning their head, and they're not defending the primary man who has the ball.
Keith Smart's going to use the timeout to talk about just that. 8:23 remaining in the first. Monte already has 6 of the Warriors' 12. They lead by a deuce.
Warriors basketball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. More people say yes to Toyota than any other brand in California. Learn why at your Toyota dealer today. And by Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of the day.
Warriors are up 2, but the Rockets are a great cutting and passing team.
Well, they run a little shuffle offense. Now let's watch it. Stop it right here. The ball is in the center at Hayes, But Aaron Brooks is going to come off a back screen. This man, Darrell Wright, has to communicate with Steph Curry. And you can see what Curry gets held up. Easy basket. The whole lane was cleared out. And then you give a little bounce pass. One of the quickest players in the league, Aaron Brooks. That's as easy as it gets.
Biedrins, David Lee, Darrell Wright, Curry, and Monte, the Warriors starters.
They move the ball well, the Warriors do in training camp. They're looking to be a team that leaves a lot of open opportunities to drive to the basket. They spread the floor well and they share the ball, but they've got to put the ball in the basket.
Now, if they could get Darrell Wright on Kevin Martin, they're using Battier, the excellent defender, on Monte. Monte cutting back, hanging and finishing. Monte Ellis is 3 of 3, and he's got 8 already.
Not many people in the league can make that shot. One guy comes to mind, Kobe Bryant. That was a very difficult conversion.
Kevin Martin's terminated the dribble. Chuck Hayes traveled in.
Just a little give and go. Ultra slow-mo here. Watch the double clutch hang. This is a very tough shot. Monte has the skills to make it happen.
I'm going to say, it's pretty at real speed, and in ultra-mo, it's even prettier. He just hangs in the air while everybody else goes back to the ground. Knocked out of bounds to Warrior ball with 11 to shoot.
You go baseline, and they close it off and get 2 defenders there. Take one less dribble and whip that ball around. David Lee has an open 18-footer, and maybe somebody else if someone comes to him.
Darrell Wright's been in the league 6 years, but he's only 25 years old. So could this be a breakout offensive season for him in a new uniform after playing all those years with the Heat? Shot clock at 3. Battier played that well, but there's Biedrins. And that is what Andres and David Lee need to do. Get on the glass, offense and defense, and give the Warriors extra possessions.
These are the shots you have to make.
Darrell Wright, back iron 3, and that's the three-point shooting. The Warriors have lost a lot in Anthony Morrow, C.J. Watson, and Glenn Azubuike. And that's how they get Chuck Hayes buckets, moving the ball. Darrell Wright a year ago was right at 40%, best three-point shooting year of his career. David Lee with a beautiful pass. Little tic-tac-toe as the Warriors move it inside.
He sees the floor. He knows how to play. Kevin Martin looking to draw a foul there.
And Hayes flying through the lane.
The Warriors are giving up too many points in the paint right now.
A dozen of the Rockets' 14 have been in the paint. Three from the elbow. Just set a good screen with a shooter like that.
Yeah, and he didn't curl around. They thought he was going to curl around to the rim. He just backed up.
Chuck Hayes working off a Battier feed.
It's all ball movement. Swing the ball to the weak side, throw to the corner, stretch the defense, and they can't catch up with the passing.
David Lee becomes a distributor, and Darrell Wright knocks down the triple. Warriors are shooting it at 64%. That sounds good until you look at the Rockets, 8 of 12. Hayes with another opportunity for Scola. And Biedrins will send Curry on his way.
Darrell Wright should run through on this to clear open for Monte, but they get it inside no matter.
Lee had it knocked away. Remain Warrior ball.
Curry knew it. He looked back and said, I should have waited for Monte on the right wing. That was a perfectly designed break. Just didn't culminate in the hoop right there.
How about that? An out-of-bounds play. Battier gets tooled.
Battier turned his head. You must see the ball in your man. He just saw the ball.
Monte Ellis has a dozen. That's too easy. Don't ever run at Chuck Hayes. He wants to pull up and shoot a 10-footer. Let's see him make it.
They just made a living inside here.
6 assists on the 9 made buckets for the Rockets.
What's happening? The Warriors are just trying to give a little too much help.
Curry floats in the jumper. Could they be any hotter? 11 of 16 shooting, 69%.
scorer.
Big time. Ian Brooks had 50 last night.
And he went to the free throw line, made all 7 of them. He knows how to work himself to the line. That's one reason his scoring average is always high.
Terrell Wright again. He's 1 of 3 on those threes. He's going to get lots of wide open looks the way Curry and Monte can draw the defense. The Rockets are just dicing it up inside.
Dribble penetration and then a quick pass.
One knocked away from Wright. Brooks has Scola leading the pack. Monte bothered him enough, but Aaron Brooks carries on.
Keith Smart has to be very discouraged early on because of the easy hoops that they are relinquishing.
Yeah. Encouraged offensively.
Yeah.
But Warriors are shooting jumpers. And now Biedrins getting inside, and Andres stays with it.
He's really off to a really good start.
6 points, 4 rebounds. Warriors breathe a sigh of relief. Hey, the Rockets settle for a 3.
And Rick Adelman will caution Aaron Brooks, yeah, you can shoot that 3. You've improved all 3 years in the league, up to 40% last year. However, when you got a run going and you don't have to do too much to get easy layups, don't think about the 3.
That was the first 3 attempted by the Rockets.
So that's 6 there, Elston Turner.
Monte. Batier's going to try to make him into a volume jump shooter. Terrell Wright and Biedrins combine on the ricochet steal.
Get the ball in the middle.
David Lee always runs hard. You watch him live. We'll show it to you all year on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. David Lee sprints down every time. And Scola sprinting back the other way. $20 points in the paint for the Rockets out of their 26.
Both teams shooting at 62%. Warriors have had to work a little harder for those.
Shot clock at 5. Monte on Battier, one-on-one, all the way to the iron. Monte Ellis.
See, you can beat a bigger player with your quickness, and that's exactly what he did.
What a quarter for Monte. 14 points on 6 of 8 shooting. Can't leave Brooks. This is the 3. Biedrins. Final 2 minutes here in the first. Andres already has 5 boards.
Time for David Lee to go to work here. Little jump hook. Oh, kicks it out.
Terrell Wright down the lane. Better pass to Steph Curry. Step back 3. Just a little short. The Warriors unable to capitalize on the glass.
He's going to keep shooting until he makes one.
He's not going to keep missing. That's the problem. Aaron Brooks a year ago was right at 40%.
He's gotten better every year. Started his rookie season 3 years ago, and this is his 4th year now at 33%. He was the most improved player in the league last year, Aaron Brooks was.
Keith Smart going to use the timeout. Minute 15 remaining in the first. High entertainment value. Back and forth both ways. And the Warriors up 2.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena. Warriors lead the Rockets by 2 here in the first quarter. Well, last season's runner-up for Rookie of the Year displayed his talents on an international stage this summer as Steph Curry was a member of Team USA in the FIBA World Championships, a team that went 9-0 and captured the gold medal. And Steph Curry says that he gained a lot of valuable experience playing overseas.
We had a month and a half to kind of come together, really put an emphasis on defense and just go out and have fun and play well, and we did that. And you know, bringing that back to Golden State, just how much of a bond your team's supposed to have each other's backs and fight through some tough times, and then you know, ultimately win. So, you know, I'm glad I can bring that experience back.
And Curry appeared in 8 of those games during the World Championships, only averaged about 10 minutes per game. and his numbers with Golden State last season, obviously about 3 times as much. But Bob and Jim Keith-Smart named Curry one of the 3 captains, along with Monte Ellis and David Lee, saying that the point guard must be an extension of the head coach.
Yeah, and Jamie, you talk to Steph, and he'll say playing against Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose and Chauncey Billups day in, day out, that makes you better. And he says defensively, I just want to be a pest. He and Monte were top 3 in steals last year. He says, I want to lead the league in steals.
Well, it was a great experience for him, and he's grew a lot from that. You hope it just didn't wear him down, although he told me prior to training camp he feels good, ready to go. And that ankle shows no worse for the wear. Does it at all tonight. He's off to a terrific start. Stephen Curry 3 of 5. He's got 6. Monte's counterpart is 14.
The depth of the Rockets, Jared Lee in, Jason Budinger and Jared Jeffries. Lee off iron. It was Chase Budinger at Arizona and last year, but he wants it to be Budinger. So truly the player to be named later.
High energy player, can shoot a 3.
Here, Radmanovic checking in and coming up with a nice defensive play. Jeffries is also known for his defense. Monte hits a 3.
He's hot. It's as simple as that.
17 on 7 of 9 shooting.
When he starts feeding it, he doesn't even see a defender.
Brooks keeps on firing, and Jeffries wheels in for the offensive rebound.
This is the depth of the Rockets. They bring in Lee. Originally was with Orlando. Got a lot of potential.
Now the Warriors have a foul to give here. Only been 2 fouls in the entire first quarter, 1 on each team. Steph fouled Brooks, but was in the act of shooting.
You've got to grab him as soon as he makes that move to the hoop. That was a mental error there. Reggie Williams getting ready to check in.
26 pick out of that questionable University of Oregon in 2007. I say that with Barnett watching probably the best team in college football.
Might be. I know this. It's hard to find out where the ball is on that offense, isn't it?
But Aaron Brooks, 26 pick, and then you were talking about 5 points his rookie year, then 11, then nearly 20 a year ago. Shooting's got better, has handled the team exceptionally well.
And Rick Adelman loves him.
Brooks knocking in a couple of free throws. Now the Rockets have a foul here. Shot clock off, final 5 seconds. And Brooks correctly fouls Curry before he was in the act of shooting.
That's why you want to make that move quickly once you get over the half court. It will give you more time now
with
to work a play.
4.7, yeah. Smart by Steph to go early. Smart by Brooks to use the foul.
Good look here.
Radmanovic 3 off iron. Steph to beat the buzzer, and that will do it. Monte Ellis goes for 17, half the Warriors' points. They shoot it at 56%. Scary for the Rockets, though. 20 of their 31 came with points in the paint. High scoring, would expect nothing less. Warriors up 3 after the first 12 minutes. First quarter of game number 1. Warriors roll out 34, shoot it at 56%, get 17 for Monte Ellis, and a good quarter from Andres Biedrins with 6 points and 5 rebounds, but the Rockets shoot it at 58%. Monte and Steph, 23 in the first quarter. You see that a lot. As potent the backcourt as there is in the lead.
Warriors do have a 3-point lead, but Bob, the difference in scoring is the Warriors had to have a command performance for Monte Ellis to stay in here. Those were a lot of difficult shots. He got it going, and the Rockets have had so many layups right at point-blank range.
Warriors have only 3 fouls, but 2 of them are on Steph Curry. Picks up the second there. Ishmael Smith out of Wake Forest. Kyle Lowry, the backup point guard for the Rockets, out with back spasms. It's Ish Smith.
And he is quick. Not a great outside shooter, but he will take it to the basket. You better be ready to defend.
So we'll reset the lineups. Monte Ellis, Reggie Williams, Rodney Carney's first Warrior action with Darrell Wright and Vladimir Radmanovich. Jared Jeffries, Chase Buttinger, Courtney Lee, Chuck Hayes, and Ish Smith, which is kind of a fun name to say.
They just keep giving back screens and the guy pops out.
Shot clock at 1, and Courtney Lee is fouled on a drive with the shot clock nearly expiring.
He's got a quick first step. He's explosive.
Now in the Trevor Ariza deal, Courtney Lee came to the Rockets. Ariza ending up with the Hornets in the 4-team trade. Indiana also involved. Jersey, Oklahoma City, they had a bunch of teams moving players. You can start the season with 4- and 6-game packages with the Lakers and the Miami Heat. Lower level seating available. Call tonight and get an exclusive Warriors and 76 branded magnetic antenna ball with every ticket purchase. Jim has one in his car. Call 888-GSW-HOOP and press 1 with operators ready to help you right now.
I'm happy to see those come back into vote.
Absolutely. You're excited about that. So the Warrior bench, it's going to be something where they have Monte to anchor things. He drops in the jumper, but as Reggie Williams or Radmanovich or Rodney Carney, the people off the bench, give Keith Smart something.
If the Warriors run, Rodney Carney will be a factor. He can finish at the rim in the open court. I jumped 6'11" in high school.
Usually use Hayes as a distributor. Courtney Lee looking for a seam. Warriors have gone small here with Radmanovich. There's nobody at the rim to protect him. Courtney Lee beats his man off the dribble. Like that Darrell Wright didn't settle for a 3. Pump fake, moved in 17 feet, then knocked it down.
Totally under control. Perfectly executed. Make the Rockets hit some outside shots.
Well, Buttinger can do that.
But he's the one guy out here you do not want to leave alone. Courtney Lee, I would make him prove that he can hit an outside shot. Same thing with Ish Smith.
Radmanovich, nice feed to Darrell Wright, and then Vladimir unable to hit the point-blank layup. Smith is quick. What a delivery. I mean, Chuck Hayes doesn't do anything spectacular, and you look up, he's got 5 buckets. They're all layups.
He's the biggest 6'6" man in the league.
I always hear that phrase, he knows how to play. Chuck Hayes knows how to play on both ends of the floor. Blocking foul. Jared Jeffries rides Monte to the ground. And this is a great sight. Brandon Wright, who missed all of last season with a surgery on that separated shoulder, has played in only 77 games in 3 years. Getting an opportunity here, and with Epe Udoh and Louis Amundsen out, there are minutes at the reserve bigs.
This is a great opportunity for Brandon Wright, 4th-year player. As you look at Lou Amundsen, who hurt that finger, just under 5 minutes of action in his first game up in Portland. The thing about Brandon Wright, he's been out longer than Yao Ming by 2 months. Well, Yao Ming went out in the playoffs in May of 2009.
I was looking at Greg Oden's numbers. Oden had played 82 games in his career. Brandon's played 77 games in his career, and it's just frustrating to see promising guys that just have a surgery or have something that bothers them. That's separated shoulder cost Brandon a season and a half.
Right now, it's a new day for him. Let's see what he does.
Monte's got 21, knocking down both free throws. Buttinger missing a 3, and Reggie Williams with a rebound. Radmanovich hit jumpers. And it's not bad, and Rodney Carney sneaking in, the rebound misses.
One of those very athletic players.
Ish Smith looking to distribute. Jared Jeffries not known for that outside shot. So Monte is probably the de facto point guard, but Reggie Williams will handle a lot with this reserve unit. This missing that three. You're going to see the three-point shooting that had been a strength of the Warriors in recent years not be there as much. And Radmanovic went over the back to commit the foul. Eight and a half remaining in the first half. A good one with the Warriors up 2. Rodney Carney getting in the offensive glass.
.35 to go in the half. Warriors up 2 over the Rockets. Warriors fans excited to see David Lee suiting up for Golden State this season, especially if they happen to be in attendance for that game back on April 2nd of last season against the Knicks, where David Lee put on a show, doing a little bit of everything, cleaning up on the boards, dishing out assists, and racking up a career-high 37 points. In fact, it was his first career triple-double, as he also had 20 rebounds and 10 assists that night. The first player to register at least 30, 20, and 10 in a game since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar back in 1976. That also came against the Warriors, by the way. And Bob and Jim, I spoke with Lee at shoot-around this morning, and one thing he promised Warriors fans is to expect a much-improved rebounding team this season.
Well, that's the thing, Jamie. David Lee takes huge pride in getting on the glass, and gentleman sitting next to him, Andres Biedrins, the two of them really want to be double-digit rebounders and help out a team that has just been so deficient in that area. Courtney Lee tickling that out. Brandon Wright with a good defensive board. So Brandon Wright, Reggie Williams, Rodney Carney, Vladimir Radmanovic, and Monte Ellis. He's smart, trying to find bench minutes and find bench cohesion. Brandon missing that hook, but the length, able to get it, sneak in, and lay it in.
There are very few people in this league that could make that play. He reached right over the top without fouling. You have to take a look at that. Pretty remarkable to keep the ball alive and give himself a chance.
Luis Scola back in. Just going to work on Radmanovic. Scola has just an arsenal of various flips and hooks, and he's just skilled. 30 years of age, carried that Argentinian national team that didn't have Ginobili this summer. Reggie tucks it under, couldn't flip it over iron, and Scola will send Ish Smith on his way. Smith covers a lot of ground, unable to finish there, but Jared Jeffries does.
Someone has got to try and stop that ball and make somebody go a different direction other than straight to the rim.
Monte trying to go straight to the rim. Shows, goes, and finish. Monte Ellis has 23.
Another one of those hanging shots where he just double clutches.
Huttinger has the outside shot and draws the foul on the drive there.
Now, everyone knows where Monte is going, but he just takes it to the teeth of the defense. And you're right, he just hangs a little bit longer. But it's one thing to hang that long. It's another thing to get the ball up off the glass and softly in the net.
I didn't know that in Jackson, Mississippi, the gravitational pull is different than everywhere else in the world, because there's something special about that kid. And you noticed that from a teenager when the Warriors first got him.
Yeah, I remember that day in Hawaii. I said, who's that little guy out there? It's, oh, that's our high school kid. What did I say?
He said, that's the best player on the floor.
Exactly.
I'll never forget that, Jim. I were watching training camp in Hawaii. Who's that guy, Bob? That's Monte Ellis. We're going to know who he is real quick. David Lee back in. Oh, I'd never forget it. Lee with a wing jumper. And then if he can hit that elbow jumper, that just adds to his arsenal and what the Warriors can do offensively with him.
Yes, and not only his scoring, but it opens up the middle, brings big men away. You get offensive rebounds, and you get covers.
Ish Smith.
Did I say he was quick?
Wow.
Is he quicker than Aaron Brooks? Possibly so.
Well, you think of Ish Smith, Kyle Lowry, and Aaron Brooks. The depth of the Rockets at really all the positions. They won 42 games a year ago without Yao Ming. They're going to be better this year. That pass off the hand of Lee. Huttinger running with Courtney Lee, and Rodney Carney sent him away, but apparently committed the foul at the same time.
Courtney Lee was going to attempt to dunk that ball. against someone who high jumped 6'11" in high school.
Midway through the second, if you come in on Rodney Carney, you better come in strong.
It was like a different feeling. It was like a cleansing to me. It was like I was a new man, and you know, everything was positive because I had everything going in the right direction. You know, I didn't have no kind of speed bumps in the way of trying to hold me back. Everything was smooth, so it just kept me with a clear mind, and I just try to carry over from this summer until right now and just, you know, live my life and have fun with my family.
It's the happiest I've ever seen Monta Ellis. He came back 2 weeks early and led a bunch of informal scrimmages. Warrior players in multitudes going out to dinner together. I mean, it's been a fun vibe and chemistry, whatever you want to call it, Jim. These guys together have fun and enjoy each other, and I think it starts with Steph, Monta, David Lee, and that group.
There's no rebellion. There's no conflict. There are going to be many challenges this year. This is a team that is going to have to grow. They're going to grow up before your very eyes. They're going to get better, but it is a process for Keith Smart. We talked about the guards, though. Second-year man Steph Curry, who got better in March and April last year. Monta, who averaged over 25 a game. They are the heartbeat of the team.
I think that David Lee fit in nicely right from the beginning because he was acquired in a sign and trade. What he said is, I want to go with the Warriors, right, but I want to make sure Monta Ellis, Steph Curry, and Andris Biedrins are still on the team if you make a trade. And so he dictated not only where he wanted to sign, but kind of what went to New York the other way. And that says a lot for Steph and Monta and Andris, that David Lee says, I want to be part of those guys and play with them.
We talk about the starters. David Lee's the oldest one at age 27.
Right.
That's a very, very good sign.
Rodney Carney, Budinger, athlete on athlete, and he got a lot of the ball, and that's kind of turnabout fair play because Rodney Carney had a spectacular block on Courtney Lee. It ended up being free throws instead.
Rodney Carney, 4 years at Memphis, 16th pick overall 5 years ago.
Been with Philly twice on 2 different deals, as well as Minnesota. Looking for his spot in the league as he drops in the free throw. Family and friends on Friday. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 bags of chips, and 4 soft drinks for only $99. Log on to Warriors.com or 888-GSW-HOOP and check out Blake Griffin. You want to see a kid that we missed in the NBA a year ago with his injury. Blake Griffin, the rookie for the Clippers. He is something to watch.
You have one word to describe him?
No, I need about 100.
How about power? He is explosive with power.
Smith went up and down, and then he threw it off Scola's hand. So the good closeout bothered Ish Smith. He couldn't go straight up with the jump shot. Brandon Wright with David Lee, Rodney Carney, Reggie Williams, and Monta Ellis. Courtney Lee, Jared Jeffries, Ish Smith, Chase Budinger, and Luis Scola. Brandon Wright with a quick move, and Scola with a great recovery. That was a beautiful initial move, and Scola, very clever defense to block that shot.
Yeah, he got it just before Brandon Wright could go up. There's that back door we talked about.
Ish Smith blew a layup. David Lee and Jeffries were teammates in New York. And David Lee said, I scored on you in practice, and I just did it again in a game.
Nice little counter move here. Waits for the traffic to clear. Starts going to the right, and he just got Jeffries on his hip. Just enough. He's got a nice jump hook, either left or right, by the way, does David Lee.
You know the 3 numbers that impressed me with David Lee, and they should for Warrior fans? Last 3 seasons, 81, 81, 81. As in games played.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Give me a guy playing 81 games a season, I'll take it. And then the 81% from the line, Jimmy, you're correct. David Lee will pick up his first personal. Monta Ellis gets his first rest. 23 points for Monta as he sits. Steph Curry checking in. 23 points on 9 of 11 shooting, 4 of 4 from the line, a couple of assists. Luis Scola, at 30 years of age, I played with Tau Ceramica in Spain, but just one of the real outstanding international players, and the Spurs had his rights. And Greg Popovich, they kind of hit him for a while until they promised, okay, we will trade you. If you ask Greg Popovich today, I traded him to the Rockets, my own division, and I got to watch him. But Scola is something.
Very clever player. Doesn't try to do too much. Plays within himself.
Go to that David Lee Jeffries thing. That's the offhand with that right hand, unable to finish there. Scola gets a good deep position, and then he has an array of flip hooks. He's got 11 points and 7 rebounds. But it starts with him getting down low early in the possession.
Reggie needs to get it going here.
And on cue, hits a 3.
He's an explosive scorer and seems to play better all around if he does put the ball in the hoop.
His first bucket. Defensive 3-second violation on the Warriors. That'll be a technical free throw. He's smart. Had to put together a coaching staff quite quickly. That's Stephen Silas, who has stayed, but Jerry Seasting
came over from Minnesota. And Jerry Malone sitting in between there with Calvin Chaney on the other side.
Courtney Lee making the technical free throw, and Rick Adelman putting the starters in as Brandon Wright will sit. Brandon had a bucket, a couple rebounds, and a foul in 5 minutes. So Kevin Martin with Battier, Aaron Brooks, Scola, and Jared Jeffries. What Rick Adelman wants to do here is put on a little burst in the final 3.5 of this first half. Kevin Martin hits a 3. Rockets 3 of 7 beyond the arc. Warriors 3 of 8. Rodney Carney. Biedrich gives him another opportunity and a blocking foul. You're going to see Carney fly a lot this year. The long socks make him even look more aerodynamic, but he can just flat out leap.
Nice rebound and a good cut right back to the basket. Now, if you're not worried about that charge, focus on the rim here and go up and convert.
The Ultramo gives you a great look there. Is the player in a legal defensive position as the offensive player begins his shooting motion? And Carney had already elevated. The gather dribble is the beginning of the shooting motion. He had already elevated. Jeffries tried to cut underneath him. And the Ultramo will show you that most of those plays are always blocks.
Rodney Carney knows this is a turning point in his career this year. And same goes for Darrell Wright. Are they going to emerge? How good are you going to be eventually?
Yeah, former #1 picks as well in their early 20s and with an opportunity with a new team.
That's what Kevin Martin does so well. He loves to drive left, first of all. He's a right-handed shooter, but he loves to drive left, and he knows how to get a little bit of contact. He gets a lot of three-point plays, but he gets to the free throw line numerous times.
Kevin Martin was traded towards the end of last season primarily because Tyreek Evans is going to be the man in Sacramento. Rockets gave up quite a nice piece in Carl Landry, who was really a good, rugged player, but they also, Daryl Morey, the GM for Houston, said, all right, now if I have Kevin Martin alongside Aaron Brooks, and I've got Yao and Scola and other pieces, that's how he's building this team.
They were essentially, too, replacing Tracy McGrady. Right. A scorer out there at the 2-guard spot.
Trevor Ariza was signed away from the Lakers the year prior, and they like Courtney Lee and Kevin Martin a little bit better in terms of the combo, and Ariza was moved on. Aaron Brooks elevated beautifully to steal that pass.
Come back left shoulder. That's what he loves to do.
He gets so deep. Scola's got 13 points and 7 boards. Warriors have never really doubled Luis Scola He's such a clever passer. If you do, his teammates will be shooting layups all the time. David Lee will get himself to the line off the nifty Curry delivery. 2:26, the mandatory. Rockets up a deuce. David Lee to shoot 2 when we return. 2:26 remaining in the first half. David Lee to shoot a couple free throws, but the other number is 1, as in game 1. The Giants have won 11-7 over the Rangers. And right now, Giants Orange October is airing on Comcast Digital Cable Channel 410, DirecTV 497, and AT&T 771. The most complete coverage of the Giants in the World Series anywhere. And the only place you can see our buddies Kruk and Kipe on TV. You can also watch our live stream and find more. Channel info at csnbayarea.com. But Giants pound out 14 hits, take advantage of 4 Ranger errors, and beat Cliff Lee and get game 1 11-7.
Yeah, they knocked Cliff Lee out of the box there. And it was a nice thing to see. But I would say, and caution, the Rangers know how to score runs. And the Giants have got to continue to score to win this series. I don't think there'll be a lot of pitching duels.
You don't?
I really don't.
Okay. Giants beat the Rangers at their own game, though. You win 11-7. You'll take that.
Absolutely.
And only 1 home run. 18 runs, 1 home run. That was Juan Uribe. And a 6-run 5th inning. Warriors are doing an excellent job at the foul line. 10 of 10. Rockets have been there a lot themselves. 11 of 14. David Lee, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and make it 9 with that second made free throw, and we're even at 60. Monte Ellis with 23, leading the way. Kevin Martin, Beatrice challenged and bothered him. Lee knocked it away. Good Warrior defense. Carney pulled the string short, and Battier sends Brooks back. Andres went for the steal. He got a piece of Scola and picks up the foul.
Kevin Martin just comes around that screen of Scola, curls in, but Beatrice gave ground and then tipped the ball away. Did a nice job not picking up a foul on Martin, making it difficult. That's what I like big men to do, Bob. Don't always try to just bail out a guy and foul him. Make him change his shot. That's exactly what Andres did. But when Andres tried to fight over Luis Scola, you just got a glimpse of how strong Luis Scola is.
Right. And understanding angles and being wide and forcing you to bump into him, foul him.
He can hold his ground. He knows about leverage.
Well, Scola leading the Rockets. He's got 15 and 7. Chuck Hayes had 10 points, really moving without the ball, making 5 layups. Rockets' interior passing has been outstanding. All right from the baseline. Beatrice tipping it away. Andres has been really active.
Scola jumped too soon, made a mistake there.
Monte losing the handle on that spin. Scola running the lane. Said the more veteran Rockets would try for a push here before halftime. This is their biggest advantage.
Nowhere to go there. For the most part, the Warriors are keeping the lane open, keeping the middle open.
Monte with Battier flying out and hit it anyway. Monte Ellis, a 25-point first half. He had 29.5 against San Antonio a year ago.
Yes.
Went for the steal. Battier able to regain. Beatrice, that's a big call. He just picked up his 3rd foul.
All they're doing, the guards are working off either Scola or Hayes outside the lane and just curling in. And they're keeping everything open. They hit him with a pass, and they're getting to the basket or to the line.
Keith Smart has tried to limit Andres in terms of minutes to stay out of the foul trouble, but in 13 minutes, he has 6.7 boards, an assist, but 3 fouls. And that's going to get Jeff Adrien into the game.
And here comes, to me, one of the great stories of training camp in Jeff Adrien.
Out of UConn, played overseas in Spain. Rebounder deluxe, Jim. He averaged 9 minutes a game in the preseason, but 5 rebounds in those 9 minutes.
I mean, They knew they needed a point guard, but they did not want to let Jeff Adrien go. He was the final roster make. And against Sacramento, he gobbled up 15 rebounds in 23 minutes. He's a wide body. Now he is someone that can play with Hayes and Scola in a different way.
Monte, a lot of contact there. He'll get to the line again.
He knows how, as I said before, he takes it to the teeth of the defense. And he's confident enough with his jumping ability that he can hang with him. And they're not going to block the shot, but they're going to get some contact with him.
So free throws 5 and 6 for Monte Ellis. Dropping that in. Monte 10 of 12 and 5 of 5, 26 first half points. I don't know if he could play any better offensively, and this is with Battier guarding him.
Well, he's done it with quickness. You just counter with your strength, and you don't let him overpower you.
Aaron Brooks, a running hook.
See what Adrien did with Scola?
He just walled him off.
Just moved him out of the lane.
So not quite a 5-second game in shot clock difference. Ending this first half. Warriors led by 3 at the end of 1. Rockets' biggest lead has been 4. Steph Curry, the teardrop. David Lee tipping it back out. 7 to work with. Darrell Wright looked at the line, knocked it down. And we have a foul as Adrien and Scola came together, and it's going to be on.
Well, they're both number 4, so we don't know just yet. Scola's number 4, Adrien's number 4. I believe it's going to go against Adrien. They just got tangled up, and that is going to happen when you play with Jeff Adrien.
Yeah, the 3 is going to count, but Scola will shoot 2 on the other end.
Let's see what the Warriors can do with 3 seconds. Nice penetration. They kept that ball alive after the first miss. And
David Lee tipping it to Steph.
Got him a 3.
Scola, an 18-point first half to offset Monte's 27. Scola knocking down both free throws. 3 seconds to work with. Monte from midcourt, and that's about the only thing he's missed. So a fun one in the first half. Monte Ellis goes for 27. The Rockets put 3 players in double figures. And Houston with a 1-point lead at halftime. David Andrews, Gary St. Jean coming up live from Oracle right after this. Monte Ellis putting on a show in his brand new uni. And it was the 36 points in the paint, the way the Rockets were able to carve things up inside, Jim. That's a little scary for the second half.
They love to reverse things. Take the big men, go high, send the little men on backdoor cuts. You saw Aaron Rodgers. And then Hayes got off to a really good start. And people just kind of forgot and got lost out there. And then people are looking to get help. Radmanovich gives help there, leaves his man. It leaves an opening for the basket.
And the problem is a guy like Chuck Hayes getting double digits. That's moving without the ball, getting 5 layups. Monte Ellis carried a huge load. And so in a 1-point game heading for the second half, can the Warriors stop that interior scoring? And can someone else kick in to help out Monte?
Brooks with 9, Lee with 7, Kevin Martin with 11. And Kevin Martin can explode at any time as well as Aaron Brooks.
Giants win game 1 of the World Series 11-7, and they're talking about it on Giants Orange October right now. Comcast Sportsnet Plus, cable channel 410, AT&T U-verse, and DirecTV 697. Check out what Kruk and Kipe had to say about that 11-7 win. He touched up Brian Wilson a little bit, some cosmetic runs late, but Cliff Lee gets beaten up, 4 Ranger errors, and the Giants get the all-important game 1 at home with game 2 manana. Luis Scola. I don't know if the Warriors double him or do something different, but he was the best player in a Rocket uniform with 19 points and 7 rebounds. He didn't have an assist, and so every time he got it on the block, he was looking to score himself. Aaron Brooks, Kevin Martin, Scola now with the ball. Shane Battier and Chuck Hayes for Houston. Scola missing a shot. David Lee will track it down. Biedrins, David Lee, Darrell Wright, Monte, and Steph Curry. Working on Chuck Hayes, went with the right hand. Hayes maintained possession for Houston. Especially when the whistle blew, Steph Curry was kind of running away. He's got 2 fouls, and they want to pick up a third right there. Moved his feet nicely.
And Martin got hit. Got a little bump. He was looking for the call and didn't get it.
Monte didn't reach. If he had reached, he would have been called for sure.
Yeah, because it's tough to determine who made the contact, offense player or defense. Can drive it left here. There he goes.
See Hayes move out nicely. He moved his feet, and the Rockets forced the cross-court pass and the steal. Houston solid defensively. They're incredibly deep. They move the ball, and they got guys that can shoot. They're going to improve on that 42 wins by a lot. 42 wins a year ago without Yao. They're just deeper and even better this year. Andres looked a lot like Luis Scola right there. I'm going to bang India. I'm going to find that little floater and flip it in. Andres Biedrins, 8 points and 8 boards.
He didn't rush the shot. It was very smooth and natural.
Hayes rolling. That's his 6th layup.
Nice pass from Kevin Martin.
And Martin staying with Monte, riding him pretty good. Shot clock at 10, and Hayes bumps into Steph Curry and commits the foul.
You take a look at Andres Biedrins, who now's got 8 points. Nice little jump hook, very fluid. Got it up in the air, gave it a better chance to settle into the net.
Monte didn't cool off at halftime.
But, you know, we had a perfect angle. That pass was delivered, though, right to the shooting spot, so that Monte didn't have to work for the ball. Little things like that from Curry.
And Aaron Brooks committing the foul. Steph Curry says he wants to be a pest. Well, Aaron Brooks got tired of that pest and committed the offensive foul.
See, Aaron Brooks is one of those players, a lot like Tim Hardaway used to be. He likes room to operate. If you crowd him, it can bug him a little bit. Curry went vertical there. Aaron Brooks came into him.
David Lee is firing there, and Scola with a good box out.
See, that pass was a little to the side, and that does affect the shot.
Martin missing, Monte in motion.
Push it.
Steph trail 3. And David Lee there to finish it up.
He never stops running. He wasn't the first man down the court. He just kept running to the rim.
Brooks bothered by Andres, but then the quick hands of Chuck Hayes. Rockets.
That's a killer.
Now that's a rough possession there. The Warriors had a steal that headed the other way. They force another miss, and there's Scola with a rebound and then drawing the foul.
Warriors run a little break here. They take a 3. And when you take a quick shot, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Depends on the game situation. But it does allow for offensive rebounds, and David Lee cleaned up.
And we always talk about it's kind of the hockey thing, dump and chase.
Yeah.
Throw it up on the rim. In transition, they can't box out a great offensive rebounder like David Lee.
I'll tell you something about Luis Scola and this crew here. Last February, Aaron Brooks, Scola, and Kevin Martin each had over 30 points in a game against San Antonio. It'd been 10 or 11 years since anybody had done that. Those 3 players had over 30 in one game.
Rockets are cashing in at the stripe, 19 of 22. Monte Ellis, what an evening. 31 points on 12 of 15 shooting with Battier draped all over him. 24 times a year ago, more than 30. 1 for 1 so far this year. Kevin Martin, as you say, likes to go left. Get that rebound as Lee does. He and Biedrins both up for that glass.
Warriors are looking to put a little energy into this quarter, in this half, I should say.
Darrell Wright, little show and go.
They're running more.
Darrell Wright say to Miami, I was a defender. I sat in the corner. I shot threes. Now I could do a little more. Rockets are going to use a timeout. A 10-4 Warrior run. 8:20 remaining in the third. And one of the newest Warriors showing off at Oracle.
Yep. Yeah, and he has 8 points and at Oracle Arena. Warriors lead the Rockets by 5. Well, after missing 49 games last season due to injury, center Andris Biedrins says he feels healthy and ready to go, and so far so good. He has 8 points, 8 rebounds tonight. He spent a lot of time back in his home country of Latvia over the summer and got a special visit from new head coach Keith Smart.
He likes Latvia anyway. That was his third time he have been, right? And I'm really glad that he came, and like you said, it just shows how much he cares about me. And he just came for a week, just to see how I'm doing, how I'm getting back in shape, and everything else. So it was a really big thing to do that he came to see me.
And Bob and Jim, not the first time Smart has traveled to Latvia to work with Biedrins. In fact, he assisted on the Latvian national team in 2008 and 2009.
It's a good point, Jamie. Is that Keith Smart, not only with the Latvian national team, he was the head coach of the Dominican national team. Keith was a head coach in the CBA. He was an interim head coach with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He likes Andris Biedrins. It's hard not to. And they've developed that bond and that relationship. And he knew after Andris' abdominal surgery, he needed a familiar face to kind of check in. And
it was a tough year for him last year.
He sure did. And make that trip over, it says a lot about Keith as a person, in addition as a coach.
Give him a little affirmation. But he takes an interest in each and every player as individuals. He cares about them as people, not just basketball players.
Aaron Brooks curling out that three. Rockets are 1 of 8 here in the third.
Warriors are running more, as I said.
Look at the hustle of Chuck Hayes earning that possession. Hayes knocked it away, knocked it off the Warriors, and the Rockets get it right back.
Warriors only had 4 turnovers in that first half. Now, when you do run, you're a little more vulnerable to an error or two.
But the Warriors have committed only 6 turnovers in the game.
Right.
Rockets only 7. It's been a wonderfly clean game. Good talent both ways, good execution.
They don't want to rely on their half court as much as they did in that first half.
Kevin Martin will flip one up and draw the foul. David Lee will pick up his second. We talked about how it's scary with Kevin Martin, 3 of 9, and how he can start to get to the line and just ignite and then put up points in a bunch. The game in the Sacramento Kings era for Kevin Martin. He and Monte went for over 40 each, and they were going back and forth. 49er post-game live. You got to check it out. My buddy Gary Radnich, Willie Brown, and Eric Davis following every 49er game this season. Mindy Bach, Matt Mayoko will be in the locker room live from London. The Niner game isn't over, so Gary says it is. Check out 49er post-game live. And Troy Smith going to get the start at quarterback. With Alex Smith injured, they don't put David Carr in. Troy Smith out of Ohio State get his first start in a Niner uniform. Darrell Wright had that blocked. Martin thought about a very deep 3 there.
Darrell Wright stayed down on that pump fake.
How do they play Scola? Killed them in the first half. And Biedrins got a piece of it. Andris coming from the weak side and saves it.
Darrell Wright did a great job coming back in from up top on Martin.
Darrell Wright to Curry for 3.
The Rockets jammed into the lane, looking for a charge. There was no available lane to do that.
Biedrins is inhaling every miss. And they run the Rockets here. Darrell Wright off iron. A little give and go with he and David Lee.
Well, you could tell he was feeling it. He was confident with that shot. I'm glad Lee gave it back to him. The defense just has to pick up, and it's done a pretty good job. There's another foul, and Martin is going to get a three-point play possibility. Andres got way up in the air, timed it perfectly. At the other end, Darrell Wright kicks out to Stephen Curry for a nice three.
Now, on that Andres block, and we put the sequence together, but what was most impressive, the block, then to get back to the baseline, get the deflected ball, and then save it to start the break. How many big men can do that? A lot of guys block the shot, that'd be it. He was the one that went back and saved it.
Well, one of the reasons is he does not block the ball with a kind of authority to knock it into the third row. He keeps it in play, which is the smarter thing to do. So Kevin Martin comes off that three-point play with a made free throw.
Monte Ellis, he's incredible. 33 points, 13 of 16 shooting.
Pressuring Brooks a little bit more.
Way through the third with a Warrior 5-point lead. Now, here's the play here, though. Chuck Hayes is a 56% free thrower. They had never fouled him on those. I'm glad David Lee used a foul on that play. It's not great defense, but don't give them dunks and layups.
See, the Warriors tonight are jumping and double teaming just a little too soon, looking to give somebody help.
Chuck Hayes is 6 of 7 for 12 points. He's yet to shoot a free throw, and he's the roller that's been finishing with either hand. Lee finally came from the weak side and going to make him earn it. And that's why you foul him. He's not a good free thrower. Lee has 3 fouls, Biedrins 3 fouls. The only Warriors in any kind of issue there. He missed them both. That foul saved a dunk and saved a bucket and saved 2 points. Steph Curry from deep. Monte's been carrying the load. Steph kicks in with 11 now on 5 of 10 shooting to go with his 6 assists.
This matches their biggest lead, which they had that first half.
You got to give ground on Kevin Martin. He's 4 of 10 shooting. Make him make a jumper. Going to the line for his 8th and 9th times.
Brooks was looking for the drive there, and Curry just has an incredible ability to step back and square those shoulders up, and that quick release gives him daylight.
Well, the shooting for Steph a year ago, 46% from the field, 89% from the line, 44% on threes. You don't have many rookies bust out at that level, but Kevin Martin's kind of doing the Andre Miller here, Jim. He's not even looking to make jumpers. He's looking to bang into you and just live at the foul line.
That's what good scorers do. They can get back into the game by utilizing their offensive skills and getting to the line.
Well, they've outscored the Warriors by 11. And Jim, when you go to csnbayarea.com and click Warriors. Michael in Oakland, how will the Warriors offense change with Keith Smart as the head coach? Well, the thing I would say, Michael, is I don't think you'll see as many threes being attempted, or really as many threes made. But what about the half court and the open floor, Jim?
The half court, they're spreading it out a little bit more, keeping it open in the middle for drives to the basket, and the ball is moving. They're making the extra pass. You're not going to see nearly as many isolations. They don't look for that mismatch that way. They'd rather do it via the pass and sharing the ball.
I do think you'll see the pick and roll, though, with Steph Curry, David Lee, Monte, Andres Biedrins. But getting out and run, that's going to be a calling card of this team, because it goes to the talent of the team and their strengths.
What we've seen so far tonight is Keith Smart is flexible. He changed everything to start the second half. You can bet at halftime he talked and said, we need to bring more energy. The team is running and looking to run a lot more here in the third quarter, and they've gotten a double-digit lead.
They were down by 1 at halftime at 68-67, but they've outscored the Rockets here 22-11 in the third quarter.
7 fast break points in 7 minutes.
Inside, 5 minutes remaining in the third. Hayes and Aaron Brooks, Scola, Kevin Martin, and Shane Battier. Brooks looking for a seam, and Curry got him with a foul.
And Brooks might have been looking to make a pass there instead of a shot.
Now, Keith Smart's got an issue here. Curry's got 3, David Lee's got 3, Biedrins has 3, and there's a long way to go in this game. We already have the Rockets having shot 31 free throws by the time Brooks is done here. And So do you try to buy bench minutes now?
Not now.
How do you do that?
No, you leave them on the floor right now. You take a chance with that. This group is running real well together.
There's a fourth foul on Lee Biedrins or Steph.
Then you'll see a change.
No, but I'm saying if it were to occur quickly here, it'd be crippling. Because you're right, Jim. They're playing great basketball in this quarter. Free throw split.
See, Curry has to be a little more discriminate there on that last reach in. He feels it offensively, doesn't he?
Takes Shane Battier. Davidson over Duke, putting that up and in.
He made it because he wrong-footed him. They didn't expect him to go off. He went off the right foot. It's called a wrong foot. And it gets your defender out of rhythm.
10-point quarter for Steph.
That's good help defense there. They covered up everything.
Darrell Wright has the little man on the switch. He's keeping him in front of him. And Biedrins will send Monte on the way. Had the rebound, had it knocked away.
They've got numbers again.
Curry's been hot. He finally misses. He's human. And this is one like Kevin Martin. He wanted to foul and he gets it. That's one you'd rather have Martin make a layup instead of Biedrins picking up his fourth foul.
Sometimes you have to discern there for the better good of the team. Martin was already into a shooting motion. You call that a block almost all the time, unless you get lucky.
And that's one where Andres knows how important he is to the team and play basketball, just try to block a shot. If he makes a layup, get out of the way.
Yeah, just absolutely get out of the way. And don't give him any chance at all.
Yeah, 2 points. 2 points versus Biedrins having to sit here is not a good trade-off for the Warriors.
And we get our first chance to see Gadzuric, who came over from Milwaukee, 9 years in the league. And all 8 years, those first 8 years in Milwaukee, that is unusual for a player.
So Dan Gadzuric, these are important 4 minutes here. Warriors have built this lead. Biedrins was rebounding everything. Well, right from deep, bangs in a three.
Tell you, when you hit shots, it changes everything, and it makes you healthy.
Well, Wright's got 13 and 3 made threes. The Rockets able to answer with Brooks right back. Key Smart sensing with Biedrins out and the Rockets starting to heat up. Going to use a timeout to stop it. 2:57 remaining in the third. Steph Curry has come alive this quarter with 10 of his 16. Monte Ellis is leading the way with 35. And the Warrior lead at 7. It's Steph Curry, 10 of his 16 here in the third. Doing it on offense with the shooting. But we talked to the World Championships that he's improved his defense, Jim. And I thought this was the prettiest play of the game in that he comes up with a double-team steal on Scola and runs this perfectly.
Yeah, he didn't wait for Darrell Wright to make it a 3-on-1. He understands you make it a 2-on-1. You attack the singular defender, you split him, you give your teammate an easy layup.
And so Steph and Monte, 51 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds on 21 of 31 shooting.
I thought in the preseason, Stephen Curry was so intent on being a point guard, a true point guard, that sometimes he overpassed, he got into trouble, had a lot of turnovers. Sometimes he has to become scorer. That's exactly what he's done here in this third quarter. He just simply dribbled the ball off his foot there. Lost his concentration. That won't happen very often.
First action for Brad Miller. Talk about good passing big men. Miller and Scola.
Bring Miller up high. He can hit little jump shots, but he knows how to make cutters into layup makers.
This is all Kevin Martin is doing, is drawing fouls. Kevin Martin is going to the foul line for the 9th time this quarter. 13 free throws in the game.
That's a moving screen by Scola. They said they were going to do that. The screener has to hold still. Scola pushed him in to Kevin Martin, pushed Monte into him.
It's one where Greg Willard and Mark Ayotte and Pat Frere have had such a good night as a crew. They go back and look at plays and we'll see they just missed it. Monte's got 3 fouls. Steph Curry 3 fouls. David Lee 3 fouls. And Biedrins 4 fouls. Rockets have shot 35 free throws, the Warriors 13. That's a reach.
How about David Lee finding him? You need, in this zone, you need someone around the free throw line. They put David Lee up there who can wheel and deal and also make a pass or two. Isolation. Now they went to double Scola for the first time tonight.
They had Steph stolen on the one double. That time they made him give it up. Shot clock down to 8. 4 fouls. As Gadzuric botting Brad Miller.
37-year-old Brad Miller.
Gadzuric has been in the league long enough to know better. Give a little ground. Make Brad Miller try to do something.
I should rec 34-year-old Brad Miller.
I was going to say he got a little older, but I wasn't.
I was looking at all the stuff today. There is a 37-year-old. I'm going to come up with him in a minute.
Okay.
There's a lot of research.
WarriorTeamStore.com, your exclusive home for official Warrior merchandise. Get the new Warrior home and road jerseys, the caps, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and more. Every Tuesday, get exclusive merchandise offers with Warrior Team Store Tuesdays, one-day offer. Go to WarriorTeamStore.com. And the new logo, the new colors, people are loving the home. Wait to see that they're going to wear the road unis actually on Friday at home. The only time they wear those, the blues at home, that'll be Friday. Those are clean in their own right. Clock at 5, Darrell Wright, dropping it in.
Those are good-looking shots. Now we've seen him 3 or 4 occasions tonight do a little pump fake for the shot, get his man up in the air, one dribble to either side, and stripe it down. Martin, there's going to go to the line again. Martin goes to the line. Last play, Darrell Wright goes high for the ball. Little pump fake. Love the follow through. He knows how to seam up on the ball. That was a pretty shot.
The Rockets are 4 of 15 from the field in this quarter, and they're going to shoot 19 free throws to the Warriors 0 here in the third. And yet the Warriors still have the lead. That's almost incomprehensible.
Steve Smart looks on, and Kevin McGetty shoots another free throw.
Very nice. It's a one-point game at halftime. You roll out and shoot 19 free throws, and we'll see who's leading. Oh, wait, the Warriors are up 5.
Remember Corey McGetty used to do that all the time.
Oh, my God. He's the best. He's still the best at it.
That is a nice move. Just couldn't finish it.
And Carney got his own rebound. No reset of the shot clock. It didn't hit the rim. And Curry's going to shoot a free throw, and nearly 19,000 people are fired up.
Rick Adelman and Aaron Brooks are saying that's the exact same thing. Curry hurt his ankle possibly on that one. Remember when Aaron Brooks got that offensive foul in front of the Warriors bench where Curry went vertical and he went straight up? They just turned the table on it. Let us watch right now. He is limping. No wonder. Aaron Brooks landed on his foot as he tried to get up and off the floor.
And that is the injured right ankle. Steph hurt the left one in the World Championships. Hurt the right one last Thursday against the Lakers.
Had he stayed on the floor, wouldn't have hurt it. But he tried to come up, and Aaron Brooks landed on that foot. Oh boy, that's, you just hope that doesn't get more sore as time goes on here, because you re-injure something. I've had that happen many times, Bob. You go out, you tape your ankle, you really play before you're totally healthy, and you say, okay, I just got to be very careful, very circumspect in all my decisions, not take a couple of risks here and there, and you try to weather the storm.
Curry, he's struggling. Steph is really hobbled here, trying to gut out this final minute of the third. Budinger inside, good feed from Kevin Martin. So this is what we talked about in terms of off the ball, you could put Monte or Steph and let Reggie Williams go to work. Reggie flipping it over iron.
Challenge 3 men on that play. He got the ball way back above his head. Is Martin going to pass it, or are you going to try to There again.
Ricochet to Scola, and he was fouled.
They could have let that ball go out of bounds. They would have had possession. Reggie wheels on Martin. Budinger comes over. Now Brad Miller's not going to be in the picture. See, he does not move well. He's not a shot blocker. It's just a very soft touch. And just rolls it over the lip of the rim.
The nice thing is Reggie wasn't hit on the shot either. As Scola misses the free throw. So Steph Curry, who appeared to have re-injured that right ankle. When he rolled it Thursday, seeing that play, Jim,
yes,
I thought that's a 10-day or 2-weeker that you see during the season. For him to come back from Thursday to Wednesday and play is impressive enough. To redo it is kind of scary.
It's because it's a lower ankle sprain. It's not a high sprain. You're more fortunate there.
Yeah, the high ankle sprain lasts a long time. Just over a second, game and shot clock difference. Reggie Williams right to the cup again.
You can do that. There's not a shot blocker in there.
But they come up with a stop. Charlie Bell trying to stay with Aaron Brooks at 3, at 2, at 1, and that will do it. So the Warriors down 1 at the half will take an 8-point lead into the fourth quarter, looking for win number 1. A look at tonight's Toyota game summary. The Warriors 16 of 24 shooting in that third quarter, and then 2 of 2 from the line. The Rockets 5 of 17. Warriors play good defense, but 17 of 21 free throwing, and that has kept Houston within striking distance. The worst news is that Steph Curry appeared to re-injure that sprained ankle, and I don't know if he can come back. I don't know how he's going to handle that. That's going to be a major cause for concern here heading into the fourth.
How are the Warriors going to play with their prolific backcourt right now, sharing the bench together, Monte Ellis and Curry? Right now, this is a very critical time in this game.
Darrell Wright wing jumper. Throws that out. It's David Lee, Darrell Wright, Reggie Williams, Rodney Carney, and Charlie Bell. Aaron Brooks, Courtney Lee, Jared Jeffries, Chase Budinger, and Chuck Hayes. Brooks missing. Rockets playing pinball. Blocked by Darrell Wright. And then a foul.
This is where the foul on Biedrins put him on the bench. Warriors are not a great rebounding team right now. David Lee has got to share that burden with people who aren't used to doing a lot of work on the board.
So Courtney Lee at 7 first half points off the bench. First goal of the fourth quarter should be to limit the Rockets to less than 21 free throws in a quarter. And a good sign here as Curry hustles to the scorer's table.
Yeah, I like that. Stretching that right ankle, right foot.
Important time of the game right now. 6-point lead. Rodney Carney from deep.
Reggie Williams has to take that shot himself. He's your three-point threat out there.
Yeah, he's a better shooter than Rodney Carney. Budinger missing the 3. David Lee on the glass. Well, when does Key Smart bring back Monte back in? When does he bring Biedrins back in? Lee having it knocked away. Brooks in transition. Charlie Bell fouls him.
Warriors have 2 team fouls in this quarter in less than a half. You do not want to put the Rockets into the bonus in the fourth quarter early.
Warriors going very small here, and now Brandon Wright going to change that a bit. So Brandon Wright with Reggie Williams, Rodney Carney, Charlie Bell, and Steph Curry.
Only star on the floor now is Curry.
Hayes had it, and it knocked out of bounds. It's still Rocket ball. That shot did not hit the iron, so only 13 to shoot.
When you run out at a man 6'9", and you think he may drive, take away his strength. If he's right-handed, take away his right hand.
Chuck Hayes, very good touch around the iron. Chuck Hayes has 14 on 7 of 9 shooting. There's an ominous feel to the beginning of this fourth quarter. Carney, what a take to the iron.
Just enough jab and come back to get his man back in the lane and get him twice where he wanted him and could finish.
Aaron Brooks misfiring. Reggie Williams with a rebound. Reggie Williams.
Keith Smart wanted him to be aggressive. That is not aggressive by pull up for the jump shot.
Chuck Hayes couldn't get the reverse, but Jared Jeffries able to tip it in. Brandon Wright by his lonesome there. Rodney Carney said, it's my fault. I didn't box out Jared Jeffries. Warriors have the edge in second chance points, 15-14. Curry slipped, caught back up. Maintain the dribble. Brandon Wright rolling. Beautiful. He can just use those telescoping arms to flip that in.
Curry miraculously found him.
Jeffries deep position and a foul. Rodney Carney upset with himself, and he should be. 8:58 remaining in the ball game. Rockets reserves getting the edge on the Warrior backups. At 4 with 8:58 remaining in the ball game. Sportsnet Central will be busy tonight. World Series, Rockets, Warriors, Devils, Sharks, Scott Reese, Dave Benz, and Henry Woodford. A lot to talk about. Check it out at 10:30 tonight right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Now, Steph Curry re-injured that right ankle in the third quarter, but he still was able to pull miraculous play out of miraculous play.
Being hounded here by Courtney Lee. Falls down, comes up, and somehow goes up and finds Brandon Wright for a little 6-foot floater in the lane. And you would think he would hurt his ankle on that play. Just gave way. Good screen from Brandon. He held the screen long enough. Those outstretched arms get him a hoop. But there's a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of Stephen Curry right now.
The game within the game, Rodney Carney had made the nice drive, but Jared Jeffries has scored 5 points off him on the other end. And those individual matchups end up to a bench advantage for Houston. And when does David Lee or Diedrich or Monte Ellis come back in the game? He's turning it over.
Miscommunication there. That's all that was. Curry thought Carney was going to be looking for the ball.
Reggie Williams got a piece of it. Goes right to Bunyard. What a block by Wright. Brandon Wright saved the day.
That is a huge play. Drive it all the way.
Rodney Carney hustling to get his own missed three.
He didn't have an advantage there, but he made it with his speed. He just outquicked everybody to it.
Pocket 15. Holding right on the box, and Jared Jeffries whacking it away. Made Kevin Martin shoot the ball. And even better, block it out of bounds when he does. That will get Monte Ellis into the ball game. Diedrich is right behind him.
Good time to substitute. Try to keep Andres on the floor with those 4 fouls.
Shot clock down to 5. Going to Jeffries. He's got Curry on a switch. Courtney Lee. He had Diedrich get crushed on the rebound. Budinger down the lane, and Anders comes in and picks up foul number 5. 22 minutes and 5 fouls, and a long way to go in the ball game. Budinger back to the foul line.
Warriors, you need all 5 players on the board. This comes out. You see now, right here, Rodney Carney at the free throw line needed to come back to the ball. Before that, it would have been his possession. That's why we're talking about getting everybody on the board. That's what Keith Smart was reinforcing after the foul occurred.
Budinger splitting free throws. The constant stoppages have taken away that rhythm and flow that the Warriors had in that third quarter. They were able to get out and run and build a double-digit lead. Curry wing jumper, big shot at a big time. Trying to steady the boat a little bit.
I don't know whether he got retaped or what it was, but he's looking strong.
Warriors are shooting it at 54% from the field, limiting the Rockets to 44% shooting.
And those are the games, when you shoot like that, they're games you should win.
Chuck Hayes, nice drive.
For a big man, he's got a nice soft touch off the glass, doesn't he? Luis Scola.
Hayes has got 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's been terrific. Lee sneaking in, very clever with the right hand.
Yeah, we thought he was going to go with the left. He went up and under with the right.
David Lee a double-double, 13 points, 11 boards. And Biedrins is fouled out of the game. No, they'll give it to Curry. It's not 15 being held up by Greg Willard.
Crossover dribble, Courtney Lee, as I said before, very explosive. Biedrins comes, a lot of contact there, but more by Curry.
So Steph will pick up foul number 4. Rockets in the bonus, 5 fouls on the Warriors in the quarter, none on Houston. I mean, we're getting to some interesting numbers here. You can watch a lot of NBA games. We're talking 48 free throws to 15. And yet the Warriors still have the lead. How is that even possible?
Better field goal percentage, more threes.
The foul disparity is 28 to 12. And the free throws 48 to 15.
That's my old teammate Rick Adelman complaining about them.
Oh my God. Monte gonna make it anyway. Bounce him around, it doesn't matter. He's got 37 on 15 of 19 shooting.
And he hasn't been selfish, that's the thing. He is having an amazing night. This will be a foul. Kevin Martin is every bit as good as Kobe Bryant at drawing fouls his way. He's just an amazing magician with that.
Kevin Martin has shot 17 free throws to the whole Warrior team's 15.
Watch Martin, he goes in, a little bit of contact, and he just rides the shoulder of Monte. Kevin Martin is also yet to miss a free throw. He's 15 for 15 as he steps to the line now.
Kevin Martin is 4 of 11 from the field and 16 of 16 free throwing with one more coming. Curry's got 4 fouls. Monte's got 4 fouls. Biedrins has 5 fouls. 2-point ball game midway through the 4th. 50 to 15. The free throw disparity, and yet the Warriors somehow still have the lead. Curry 3. Yes, sir!
He pointed as if he wanted another screen. That was all for the defender. It wasn't real.
Monte and Steph have 60 combined. Skull in deep position. Well, maybe hook that in.
Got it off just before a 3-second violation would have occurred.
Monte off glass. 39 on 16 of 20 shooting.
80%? Oh.
Viedrich, nice kick save and a beauty. 5:14 remaining. Steph Curry's got 23, 17 in the second half, giving the Warriors the 5-point advantage. Warriors taking on Blake Griffin. Baron Davis and the Clippers. Warrior pregame live coming your way Friday at 7. Be sure to check out everything all year long. 81 telecasts on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. We are your home for Warrior basketball. Remember Steph Curry with that triple-double a year ago against the Clippers? It was his first. An incredible night. Got that rebound as time expired.
Right, got a rebound right at the end of the game. I'm not sure he was aware, but everybody went out on the floor, celebrated with him. He got kind of embarrassed. The young man did. He's pretty humble.
An incredible opening night.
Oh.
Curry and Monte Ellis have 62 points combined on 25 of 35 shooting.
Highest scoring backcourt in the league last year, wasn't it?
Points, assists, rebound, and steals. Most productive. Chuck Hayes up and under. David Lee with a rebound.
That's a big miss right there. Now, if the Warriors can convert.
Double Darrell Wright, looking for space. Shot clock at 11. Lee, Courtney Lee, picking off the David Lee pass. Courtney Lee and Scola, Aaron Brooks, Chuck Hayes, Kevin Martin. Scola gets that deep position, finally missed a flip shot. And David Lee with the rebound.
2 straight possessions where the Rockets didn't score. Let's see if they can take advantage of this one. Right idea last time with David Lee, but pass was a little wide.
Monte knocked away by Aaron Brooks. It's still Warrior ball with 9 to shoot.
With all the incredible stats that you can read at the end of this game, you just want Keith Smart to get his first win.
The Rockets,
opening night.
The Rockets are 10 for 34 shooting in the second half.
The defense has improved in that regard for the Warriors.
Monte from the baseline. Oh! Lee tipping it in, and the foul!
That's why they got him. I said before, Bob, that he has a nose for the ball. Monte's only 5th miss of the night. But David Lee at the right place at the right time, and a controlled tip.
You hold a team 10 for 34 shooting, and you say, how is it a close game? The free throws in the second half are 30 to 3. And the lead is 8.
Are you counting David Lee's on that one?
Yes, the third one of the Warriors. 30 to 3. So can they've stopped the Rockets shooting. Can they just stop fouling them? Shot clock at 5. Martin had it knocked away. Curry coming out of the pack. Lead pass David Lee. Touch pass Terrell Wright. Still no whistle. Monte was fouled before the shot.
What a sequence. What a dangerous pass over the top. And then a blind pass by David Lee. There's the strip. How about Curry's pass? Barely over the outstretched arms of the defenders, and a very risky pass by Lee. Monte comes up with it. Non-shooting foul. They have possession.
Steph looking for an angle. Viedrich didn't catch it cleanly at first. It's still Warrior ball with 13 to shoot. And that's one. That's for Andres missing half a season. As he plays more, that's a dunk. Because Steph found him perfectly.
Just didn't have his hands up quite in time. It was very crisp delivery.
Monte.
I said the pulse of the team's the backcourt. Curry and Monte Ellis, and they're the game changers, the game deciders. Said that before the game in the 4th quarter.
They have 64, the Warriors 124. Aaron Brooks looking for a seam. Shot clock down to 5. Scola going to make a run to the bucket and lay it up and in. Big basket there for the Rockets. Got to keep scoring here in the final 3 minutes. You don't mind trading buckets. You got to get yours on the other end. Steph couldn't really elevate off that fadeaway.
Wasn't the shot Keith Smart was looking for. But sometimes you have to live with those.
David Lee knocked it away. Biedrins now is fouled out of the game. 2:40 remaining in the game. Scola free throws. Biedrins is done for the night. Is 8 with Scola free throws coming. Our Honda great drive of the game. As Jim Barnett said, Steph Curry wrong footing Shane Battier.
Little crossover, took him off the dribble, beat him with his speed. Released with that quickness on the way up. And as they said, went off the right foot, which is the wrong foot for the right-hander. And it's a good control drive.
Well, Anders Biedrins fouled out on that last play with 8 points, 11 rebounds, 4 of 6 shooting, and he and Lee had been a nice tandem on the glass. The Warriors about rebounded the Rockets 42-35. Now the question is, who can give them minutes inside and help out David Lee?
They're going to bring Brandon Wright back in? I would think so. He's the more prolific shot blocker of all the people they can choose from. But that is big for him to foul out because, first of all, the way the Rockets can score, this could still be an overtime game. Yeah, the Warriors have an 8-point lead, but we know how fast that can dissipate in the NBA.
Well, even last night, the Rockets were down 9, made that big run on the Lakers at the very end.
Yes.
Blake hit that 3, and LA held off Houston 112-110.
It was the biggest shot of the game for the Lakers by Steve Blake up on the right side.
Warriors will see the Lakers on Sunday in LA. See the Clippers here on Friday night. And Scola curls out a free throw. Luis Scola, 26 points, 12 rebounds. Misses them both.
How about that? Take advantage of a little gift.
Maybe he was tired of shooting them.
That's pretty good.
2.5 left in the game.
Just incredible pressure on the ball here.
Monte, well defended, hit it anyway.
What a night!
43 for Monte on 18 of 23 shooting. That ball double blocks, but it ricochets to Scola. Wright and David Lee got a piece of that. Got to go back to 97 since a Warrior had more than 40 on opening night. That was Latrell Sprewell.
45 in Minnesota. He hits this.
Steph trying to keep it alive. It ricochets into the backcourt. No reset of the shot clock. Darrell Wright's got to throw it from midcourt. He recognized it.
Can they maintain this lead with 1:41 to go? Okay, I would pressure the ball here. Make him use some time. Don't make it easy.
Come up with a stop, but it's not secured until you get the rebound. Aaron Brooks has Brandon Wright on a switch. Evan Martin from deep. Scola's been everywhere. And that's where Biedrins fouling out. You just see it.
It's a 2-possession game.
Luis Scola, 30 points, 14 rebounds.
Warriors need a couple of more scores. Haven't been able to penetrate.
Steph gets down the lane and he draws a foul. Now the Rockets have...
They're not in the bonus yet.
No, that was the one to give.
Sideline.
They will not rule Steph in the act of shooting, so only 14 to shoot. Here's Curry and David Lee working together. Behind the back, dangerous, and then Monte couldn't get it. It's okay to miss a shot, but to not even get one up, that's a big turnover there. Monte jammed his finger, too. And his left finger. Aaron Brooks gives it right back.
We saw Curry bouncing off his leg earlier, and Brooks just dribbled that right off his foot.
The Warrior courtside fans have been known to play good defense.
That is a huge gift right there.
So now you're playing the clock as well as the Rockets.
But you need to get a shot. And it wouldn't be bad to get a little bit of a score here.
And that's even better. That's Steph Curry going to the foul line.
You see Rick Adelman, he is going to be incensed. We saw Yao Ming foul out last night in a 2-point game, a loss to the Lakers. This is a very critical call.
I do think, though, with Rick looking at his team shooting 52 free throws to the Warriors 16,
yeah,
that's about as good a road whistle as you'll ever get in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, he just didn't like the timing here.
52-16, Rocket advantage at the foul line, and yet the Warriors have played through all of it. Shot 55% from the field. Curry dropping in the free throw.
He makes that a 3-possession game there.
Damon Andrews and Gary St. Jean ready for the Honda post-game. Post-game live, and they're both here at Oracle. Curry. Steph with 25, 19 in the second half. He and Monte have combined for 68, 40 seconds away from salting one away. And the home opener. Warrior lead is 8 with 40.5 left in the ball game. Steph Curry, Monte Ellis combined for 33 points in the first half and 35 here in the second half.
Curry was a distributor early on. He came to life in the third quarter. Monte Ellis has been magnificent each and every quarter. I tell you, Gary St. Jean said at halftime that, you know, Monte Ellis was taking what the defense would give him, getting really good shots. He has made some incredible shots tonight that I thought were of utmost difficulty, and they've gone in for him. But how about the shooting? 18 of 24 from the field, en route to 43 for Monte.
Also held the Rockets.
Well, their defense got better in the second half, didn't it?
13 of 39 in the second half. Scola has been the one guy unstoppable. So now they're going to start fouling. Make this a free throw game. Monte Ellis' career high is 46. He's got 43 now, but Jim, he's never had a night where he was 18 of 24 from the field. Yeah, best shooting night of his career. And you pointed out many times during the broadcast, these weren't easy shots.
No,
you got Battier draped all over you. You're driving, you're fading, hitting bank shots, jumpers.
Double clutching, driving into traffic, fadeaway jump shots with a man right in your face.
He's human. Warriors' first free throw miss of the game. They are 18 of 19 free throwing. The Rockets are 42 of 52.
It's important to make this one, though, to make it, again, a 3-possession game.
He doesn't. Rockets are dangerous. 2 threes still possible. Scola missing. David Lee, big rebound, and he's fouled. David Lee, 16 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists.
David Lee kind of zoning up there, no foul. Comes up with the rebound and hangs on.
Top of the telecast, we said if Andres Biedrins, David Lee approximate their numbers, the Warriors could be okay. Well, how about Lee with 15 rebounds, Andres with 11 rebounds, and the Warriors, who were out-rebounded by an average of 10 a game a year ago as Lee misses the free throw, have actually out-rebounded the Rockets by 7 here tonight. This one's got to be made.
Missed 3 free throws tonight, all in succession here.
Made 18 in a row as a team. Hits that one.
I love what Curry's doing. A little bit of pressure on Brooks, which isn't easy to do.
Don't foul anybody. Scola.
He's got really good hands. Scola does.
Monte will be fouled.
Rick Adelman trying to stretch the game. How about this? This Houston franchise who won 42 games last year. Rick Adelman, his 20th year coaching overall, 4th with the Rockets. It'd be very disappointing, Yao Ming not being able to play back-to-back nights to start out the season 0-2.
Well, especially as well as the Rockets played against the Lakers. And then tonight, they just lived at the foul line. And for the Warriors, Lee split free throws. Monte has missed 3 in a row. Now going to play 24 minutes a game, not play in back-to-backs. Monte Ellis, 43 points. 18 of 24 from the field, but he's missed 3 straight free throws here. And he gets that one down. So 14.3, but it's still a 2-possession ball game. And the Rockets have a history.
Oh, do they?
Against the Warriors, particularly on opening nights. Cuttino Mobley hit a 3. Opening night a year ago, it was Brooks in the last seconds. The Rockets aren't done until that clock says 0-0 all the way. And so the fact that it's not a 3-possession ball game, closing out games, making free throws, coming up with defensive stops, securing rebounds, these are all things the Warrior team is going to have to grow and learn together.
Rick Adelman is a great strategy manager at the end of games. Let's see what play he designs here, because they really do need a 3.
No, this is one the Warriors want to chase him off the 3-point line, give up a layup at a 2.
Well, they've been doing that. They've been doing that pretty well here. But I don't think the Rockets will be so anxious to be chased off the line in this possession.
And the Rockets are out of timeouts. They can't stop it. Brooks, Buttinger are the dangerous ones. Kevin Martin as well. You want to chase him off the 3-point line, let him go. And they let him lay it in with 10 seconds left. Now it's about making free throws, and Monte is fouled.
Has a chance to get that 46. 44 right now.
But that was good awareness. Kevin Martin was thinking about a 3. The Warriors chased him off that line. You're playing the clock as much as the opposition right there. And then as Martin got to the iron, you get away, because with the Rockets going to the line 52 times, you don't want to allow a 3-point play on a layup and a foul. Monte dropping that in. Does it get mental for someone, Jim, as hot as Monte has been?
Oh, sure.
You miss 3 at the line, you start thinking about it?
Well, when he missed the first one. And sometimes it's just easier to play and hit tougher shots in the flow of the game rather than sit there and think about it. But he's made his last 3.
He's tied his career high. Monte's got 46. Here Keith Smart yelling no 3s. Aaron Brooks, a very deep one. Scola, another rebound, and he puts it up and in. He finishes with 36. But that'll do it. The Warriors get 71 from Monte Ellis and Steph Curry. Monte ties his career high. They shoot 55% from the field. They actually limit the shooting of the Rockets in that second half. They out-rebound Houston, a double-double from David Lee. Biedrins was awfully spry, 8 points and 11 boards until he fouled out of the ballgame. And that's a nice win against a quality team and a Rocket team that's going to think, we played awfully well, and they're going to leave California 0-2.
Warriors gave up a lot of easy baskets in the first half. Yes, they did put them on the line a lot in the second half, but they did not give up the easy hoops quite as readily. They did a super job defensively, made them volume shooters, and they put up just terrific stats. It was a great performance from Lee and Biedrins on the boards, and Curry and Monte Ellis the scoring.
Monte goes for a career high equaling 46.